We're now joined by Josh Berry, driver of the number 88 Speedco Chevrolet. Josh, 7th place finish, his career best Xfinity finish. Talk about your run this evening.
Yeah, I would call it a pretty eventful night there. I felt like we had a good car in practice and qualifying too. We had good speeds. Started the race there and was just kind of feeling it out and getting going. And that one long run, we really took off, and the car really come to me. So after that, I knew we had a pretty good car, especially on the long run. Just struggled a little bit on the restarts. I felt like it took me about 4 or 5 laps to get going. And then once we did, the car was really good, and struggled a little bit on pit road. I got a lot to learn there and a lot to improve, but I think each stop got a little bit better. We got blocked in on the last one, which hurt us from probably having a shot to win. And after that, like I said, we were just trying to battle back and was able to get a 7th place finish, which was good. And I'm really proud of the team. They did a great job. They brought a great car here this weekend. Obviously, it made my learning curve a lot faster, and I just got to thank everybody at JRM and Speedco for giving me the opportunity. We're trying to do full time next year. We're trying to find partners to help make that happen. So hopefully tonight did some good for that.
Any questions for Josh? Please raise your hand. We'll bring a wireless mic. We'll start right up here.
Evening, Josh. Louis Frank from Reuters. Every race driver dreams of an opportunity. I mean, even if you didn't get the win, what does it mean to you to get noticed like you were tonight? And I apologize because I hadn't heard of you much before tonight.
No, I mean, that's what we came here to do. You know, I think that's what we, I feel like that these guys saw in me last year to get to that I was deserving of another opportunity. And tonight, this racetrack just fell into my playing field for racing on worn out short tracks, just like Chase grew up racing, Kyle Busch. That tonight that played into my hand, and I think it helped me out a lot, and I was able to really get it going. I mean, I like I said, this whole day, I mean, I can't believe we had as good a run as we did, but man, that was awesome. That was so much fun, and I really wish we wouldn't have had that last caution. I think we could have had a shot at it really shock some people, but overall, we can't. I'm tickled to death with how we ran.
Go Kenny and then Bob.
Kenny Bruce, NASCAR.com. Josh, during the long green flag run, you obviously had one of the better cars out there, moving up through the field like that. When you had the quick cautions after that, how tough was it for you to stay patient and not try to rush things at that point?
It was a little bit frustrating, but at the same time, I think it helped it knowing that I think some of those guys were going to come back to me. Really, I was more frustrated with myself because I felt like I could have just done a better job on the restarts, holding positions. I felt like some of these guys that are regulars in the series just hustled me on those first couple laps. But after about 4 or 5 laps, the car really come on, and we were really able to gain some time. So it was frustrating. Like I said, I wish we wouldn't have had that last caution, but it's usually that happens in these series. So, I mean, if I'm going to run more, I think I got to improve on these restarts, and we'll have some more opportunities to win.
Are you scheduled to run any more races?
No, we don't have anything at this point.
Bob Pockris, ESPN. How many races next year in Xfinity would you want that would make it like kind of worthwhile to do, in the sense of, if you can get 12, would that be enough, you feel like, for your growth, or do you feel like you really need a full season right now?
I obviously, like I said, I'd like to run full time, but at this point, there was a stage in my career where I never really thought I'd run one of these races. So at this point, I'm taking anything I can get, and if I do run, I hope it's on a short track because that's what I've raced my whole life. But I think a full season would definitely be the goal, just because I need the laps on the bigger tracks.
Chris
Knight, catchfans.com. Josh, Dale Jr. said he felt like you were in your element tonight, that you were calm, you were collected, and he felt like that this was your kind of racetrack. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. I felt pretty confident. I spoke a lot with Kevin Harvick and Dale Jr., especially along with Chase and Regan before coming here, and everything they kept telling me, everything beating in my head about this racetrack, is stuff that we go through every Saturday night on local short tracks, worn out tracks. Just managing your tires and coming off the corners, working on coming off the corners good, and so I'd say, yeah, I mean, he's 100% right. I think it definitely played in my favor.
How much did running the K&N race last year help towards tonight?
I think it helped. It more so in practice, probably just learning the track, just getting more out of. I felt more comfortable from the get go, so I was able to give the guys better direction to work on the car, especially since we only had one practice. So I'd say that was really helpful.
Dustin?
NBC Sports. Josh, you mentioned you're not scheduled to run another one of these races this season, so this was your one shot in essence, at least going into tonight. What was your mood? What was your feeling tonight before the race? Were you able to stay calm? Was there anxiety? Was there pressure? Is this almost kind of putting everything into one bag? Just going all out for one thing?
No, I felt like I stayed pretty calm over everything. It definitely is a little tough, and it was always in the back of your mind. The biggest thing I was worried about was just not making mistakes. I know we lost some spots on pit road and on the restarts, but ultimately we brought the car home in one piece, and it definitely helped how good the car was. We were able to battle back each time we lost a little bit of time. So ultimately, I would say I was definitely nervous because I think every one of these drivers are nervous, even if they won't tell you or not. So, but overall, I was able to stay pretty calm and focused, I'd say. Every race is like that. I even my 2 opportunities last year. I tried to make the most of them. You know what I mean? And we just different circumstances kind of held us from really getting a strong run. But like Chris said earlier, I think this track played into my favor, and we had a really good race car, and that just come together tonight.
Right up here to Lewis.
I don't know who you run against in late model, but one day, later tonight maybe, you'll watch tape of this, and you were running ahead of Cup guys. What do you think about that?
I'd say I kind of thought about that. When I was able to pass Kyle Busch, I was like, holy cow, I just passed Kyle Busch. And that was crazy. And even Logano and everything, like I said, we were so strong on the long run. I couldn't believe it. But I just tried to stay calm and focused. And once I realized we were a legitimate contender, that just made me that more focused to try to just keep going and keep digging and fighting for every spot.
Any additional questions for Josh? All right. Congratulations. Great run.
Thank you, guys.